Hello crypto enthusiasts and welcome to Simple Cryptocurrency News presented by FishChain. In this news video we'll be looking at how you can make purchases on Amazon using Bitcoin. Then we'll be looking at 5 important reasons of why atomic swaps are more important than centralized exchanges. Then we'll be talking about some news from the Ontology ecosystem, and finally we'll wrap it up with news from the Neo ecosystem. Let's get right in right after the intro. Okay, before we look at market prices, I just want to remind you that in the description below this video you will find the times as well as the topics with the different links that I'll be discussing in this video. So you can simply click on the time and it'll take you directly to the topic you may be interested in watching in case you don't have enough time to watch the full video. That being said, let's look at CoinMarketCap and check out the state of the market. So we can see it's pretty green today, which is pretty positive. Yesterday was bleeding, everything was red, especially the alts, right? The alts were really suffering. Bitcoin was holding steady above $5,400, so it managed to hold steady, but today is doing pretty well as well. 5,525 is the average trading price, up 1.09%. Ethereum's trading at $165, up 0.5%. And if we look at Neo is trading at $10.27, up 5.87%. Not too bad, right? Ontology has dropped quite a few ranks compared to Neo, compared to how it was in the last news video that I did, trading at $1.10, and it's down almost 1% in the last 24 hours. And interestingly enough, NEM has actually taken over the ranking in terms of CoinMarketCap, because Ontology was under Ethereum Classic on the 19th position. But it is what it is, and the difference is not actually that big if we look at it. We're talking $6 million. So yeah, let's look at the biggest gainers, which are Digitex Futures and Crypto.com Chain. And the biggest losers are Maximine Coin and Maker. And actually, if we look at it, even the biggest loser has only lost almost 11%. It just shows you today is a positive day, because yesterday we've seen drops like 20-something%, right? So the dips are absolutely huge for the top 100 coins. But yeah, that's that about the market. We'll see. We'll keep an eye out on it and see how things are going to move. To be honest, people are worried that the Bitcoin price is going to drop based on what the expert traders are saying. And if it does drop, then what will happen with the alts? Because historically speaking, every time Bitcoin price dropped or crashed significantly, the alts just went down with it, and they went down even worse. So not to spread FUD, but you know, there is that possible risk. Just the fact that we've been trading sideways for so long, just above $5,000, and now we've gone up quite a bit, so anything could happen, right? Just something to keep in mind. But yeah, let's move on and talk about the news. Use Bitcoin on Amazon with the Moon browser extension to pay for your purchases, right? So you're not actually using the Amazon website directly to make purchases using Bitcoin. Instead, you need to download this this application, which you need to integrate into your browser. Okay, it's a browser extension, pretty much like a lot of the wallets that you've got out there, like MetaMask, for example, has a wallet like that, Cyano wallet for Ontology, where they're integrated into the browser. It's a browser extension, and you can just simply click on it and it'll drop down and give you the options, and you can use its functionalities. So the Moon browser, it's exactly the same. So one of the advantages of the Moon browser is, basically they're explaining it here how it's going to work. So it's pretty simple. When checking out at Amazon, a QR code will be generated before the payment is complete. You can scan the QR code with your phone on any Lightning enabled Bitcoin wallet app. If you can't scan the code for some reason, you can copy and paste an alphanumeric code that will accomplish the same thing. Finish the transaction on your phone and boom, an Amazon purchase completed with Bitcoin. So yeah, it's pretty simple, right? But again, I just want to remind you, you cannot use the Amazon app directly, or the website. You cannot use the Amazon website directly to make purchases with Bitcoin, not yet. When that will happen, even they saying it here in this news article that the price would just absolutely skyrocket, right? We got to be honest, this is how it's going to be. Actually, when I first entered the crypto space back in 2017, I know that some people that were in cryptocurrency just before me told me that there were some talks that Amazon may eventually get into Bitcoin. They may accept Bitcoin as payments, and if they do that, you know, prepare for a moonshot, right? Because we were already on like 10K or something like that, or 8K back then. So yeah, the price was just starting to take off. But yeah, imagine what would have happened. And I think that they will eventually, or maybe they'll just design their own blockchain, because we had seen some news on about Amazon working on Hyperledger, I think it was called, or something like that, just a different type of blockchain that they're using, not with a token that is tradable, but just for their own functionalities, and just basically deliveries and stuff like that, you know, to store them on the blockchain. But payment wise, if they would accept Bitcoin, that would be absolutely awesome. And yeah, this is how it is, right? This is how it is. We have to see. And even they're saying it here, while we don't expect Amazon to make a move anytime soon, it's companies like Moon that are making this eventual outcome more likely. The biggest downside of Bitcoin is that it's hard to use for everyday purchases. Remove this roadblock and more people will start using Bitcoin for regular payments online. So yeah, that's true. It's just very slow at the moment if you think about it, right? It's very limited in terms of transactions. There are many other blockchains out there like Ontology, for example, which I'm really bullish on, which can handle tens of thousands of transactions per second. So that's very, very fast, because it only takes them 1 second for a block to change, right? So yeah, this is how it is. But again, you cannot compare Ontology with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the king, right? Ontology is a centralized platform right now. We gotta be honest and just say it as it is. But that's that about the Moon browser. Let me know what you think. Actually, let me know what you think about this extension. Will you be using it? Are you thinking of using it? Have you used it? What do you think of it? Share your experiences with me and other people that may be watching this video. Just drop a comment below. I'm really curious what you think of the Moon browser extension. But yeah, let's move on and talk about the next piece of news, and that's atomic swaps. 5 reasons why atomic swaps trump centralized cryptocurrency trading. So yeah, I'm very bullish on atomic swaps. I think these are the future of cryptocurrency. I think as we're seeing this mass adoption starting to kick in eventually, with all these companies you know, integrating blockchain into their functionalities, into their day-to-day use cases, something like, I don't know, maybe some big businesses entering the crypto space, an ETF being approved, you know, when we're going to trigger that bull run, right, and we're going to start seeing mass adoption, I think atomic swaps are very important. Why? Simply because you don't have to use a centralized exchange. You can just swap using peer-to-peer technology, right? So you can simply swap from one blockchain to another. You can swap tokens or coins between blockchains, right? It gives you that freedom to do that, so that's great. There are wallets that allow you to do that, and there are of course decentralized exchanges. Well, I'm gonna say hybrid exchanges, because there is no 100% decentralized exchange at the moment. I always repeat the same thing in all the videos. I used to think that there were, but actually reading more information about it, there is no decentralized exchange right now out there. The nearest one to a decentralized exchange is the Binance DEX. Not even Swicheo are. They're trying, but I don't know if they'll manage to do it, because at the end of the day, you need a development team to fix things when something goes wrong. So, you know, that's how it is. They've got a website, right? So once you got that website, and if the network goes down, if the website crashes, then it's not really decentralized, right? So they know that it's hybrid. And actually Jack Yu, who I had an interview with, did say and did confirm that they know that it's a hybrid exchange. But you know, the term decentralized sounds cool, so you know, they're using it like many other exchanges out there which are hybrid, because they are the nearest to a decentralized exchange, right? You log in with your wallet, although you can create an account there. But yeah, actually let me focus on these news, because we're just, you know, moving off to other topics. But I will be talking about Swicheo, because it is related with this atomic swap functionality, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But the first important reason why atomic swaps are important to the space is eroding the era of centralization, which I've mentioned before. Decentralized currencies, tokens, and assets are far too centralized. That's how it is, right? Faster trades without the hassle, right? So that's really good. Less hassle, of course, because you're just doing one swap to the token or coin that you want to get onto. Doesn't matter which blockchain it's on. This is what we want to see. Cross-chain interoperability, basically. Cheaper trading options for everyone. of course. Yeah, it's cheaper because you don't have to send your funds out to another exchange. Maybe your favorite token or coin lays on another exchange, right? You cannot access it, so you need to buy Ethereum or I don't know, Bitcoin or whatever, send it to that other exchange, then buy the token you want. So then you're paying fees each time. You're paying a fee to send the funds out to that other exchange. You're paying a trading fee to do the swap. So, you know, it's costing you a lot, and then another fee to withdraw the funds back from the other exchange to your wallet. So with the Atomic Swap, one time and that's it. So yeah, very, very good. No disruption, regulation, or trust issues. Okay. Interoperability and agnosticism. So yeah, that's the last point. So yeah, that's how it is, right? Not many markets out there are interoperable at the moment. So yeah, we'll actually be talking about Swicheo and atomic swaps in a moment, but before that, I just want to cover the Ontology ecosystem news. So we've got some more news from Ontology, and actually these are quite positive, and it's kind of about the topic that I've been focusing on, and you know, that I'm really hoping to see Ontology do, and that's to become decentralized, because at the moment they hold 7 of the 7 consensus nodes. So yeah, we want to see them do the same as Neo. We want to see them sharing them out to companies, to I don't know, to communities, to large communities that can run them, that can operate them, just to make them decentralized. Because yeah, they can basically control the network at the moment, the blockchain. So Sesame Seed is now operating on Ontology, and let's look here. So Sesame Seed is pleased to announce a partnership with Ontology blockchain. Ontology, the high-performance public blockchain, of course. And Sesame Seed is excited to participate in the Ontology ecosystem with its community. Sesame Seed currently operates as a Tryons node on the Ontology network. As a Tryons node, Sesame Seed will facilitate development and community building on the Ontology blockchain. And actually, okay, this you may say, okay, well, this is nothing new. Okay, it's just like the EOS community from China, which I announced in a news video earlier, sometime last week, where they're saying that they're also going to run a node. You may say, okay, well, that's nothing unusual. But actually, what's interesting here is they're saying that Sesame Seed intends to also operate a consensus node on the Ontology blockchain. So this is one of those 7 consensus nodes that I told you about, where maybe you are currently staking your Ontology coins in order to generate the Ontology gas rewards every single month, as well as the small rewards that you get from the node. So yeah, they're going to be operating one of those. So actually, you'll be able to stake on one of these Sesame Seed nodes, whatever they're going to call them. I'm not sure if they're going to be called Sesame Seed. But what's not very clear to me is that they are saying that ONG is earned, of course, through stake authorization. But they're also saying that Sesame Seed will distribute these rewards according to its 80-10-10 reward model. So 80% of the rewards generated by Sesame Seed will be provided back to the Sesame Seed community in the form of seed. 10% in the form of Seed Germinator Development Fund, and 10% reserved for Sesame Seed operating expenses. Of course, you can learn more about them if you watch the video. So this isn't very clear to me. I mean, are they going to also, beside distributing the ONG rewards like we're seeing with Ontology doing at the moment, right? I'm not sure how it's going to work. I mean, are we going to get seed tokens on top of Ontology, on top of Ontology gas? I don't know. It's something that we still need to try and find out. We'll probably get more information on that, or maybe if I watch the video. I haven't actually watched this video explaining it, so I will be watching the video. I'm actually curious, but yeah, do check it out if you're interested. Like I said, links in the description to watch the video and see what it's all about. But the next thing I want to talk about with Ontology is the developer community. Okay, so we have seen some dApp being created on Ontology again. This is a new dApp that we're seeing on Ontology called Bontoy. Okay, so the name is maybe like a bit, I don't really like this name, you know, it sounds a bit strange, Bontoy. But the cool thing about Bontoy, right, because I thought, okay, the name is silly, right, I don't like it. But if you go to their website, what they actually are is a digital wallet specific for blockchain gaming. Okay, so this is cool because, as you know, I'm kind of trying to move focus towards blockchain gaming on this channel, besides covering news and doing demos and things like that. So as part of the demos, I'll be focusing kind of on blockchain gaming as well as wallets and cryptocurrency exchanges. Maybe I'll be reviewing those as well and doing demos. if I find them interesting. But yeah, games is definitely something that I want to be covering. And actually, Bontoy do have that functionality on their wallet, so you'll be able to play games in their wallet, and I'm guessing they're going to get integrated. They're going to integrate some games into their dApp, right? So yeah, we have to see how that's going to work. Do check them out on bontoy.com if you're interested. Again, this is not sponsored. Bontoy are not paying me or anything. It's just because I always cover the Ontology news. I thought I'd mention this as well. It's a recent tweet which Ontology actually retweeted. So if you check the Ontology Twitter page, you'll see that they retweeted this, and this is how I found out about them. But that's that. Yeah, let's see how things move on. Let's go to the Neo news, and actually talking about atomic swaps. Before we get into that, of course, Swicheo will be the main focus of today when it comes to atomic swaps. But before that, as you probably know, Swicheo are going to integrate the EOS blockchain next. So we've got Neo, which they started off with, then Ethereum, and then EOS. So EOS is going to be the latest one. And of course, you're going to have an event, because obviously they get along with EOS, right? I think they're going to have they had some sort of partnership, I'm not sure, but they seem to be really bullish on EOS, right? Not all of the crypto community like EOS, but Swicheo really do. So that's good. And I'm not sure if this event is in Kansas, because it wasn't clear. I mean, if you click on Save My Spot, it asks you for an email address. If you go to the official website, crowdcast.io, it doesn't tell you exactly where it is. But it may be in Kansas, because this ain't Kansas anymore. That's what they're saying. It's basically an event in which they'll be discussing, and it's going to start in 9 days and 17 hours on May the 5th at 5 p.m. So yeah, I think it's in Kansas, and they're just going to be discussing dApps. They're going to be discussing, there's going to be a lot of EOS dApps there. And for some reason, Swicheo are also going to this event. It is a free event, okay, so you don't need to pay for it. If you're in Kansas, do check it out, and this is how it is. Endless Dappathon, the biggest EOS dApp showcase. So yeah, all the dApps on EOS. Possibly dApps which want to move on to EOS as well. But yeah, that's that about the event. Let's talk about Swicheo launching the cross-chain atomic swap on Ethereum and Neo. So it's only starting with the one, and I'm going to look at the Swicheo website right now just to show you how it actually looks like. But they finally released it. They did announce it in the past. In the last news video, I think I've covered it, or 2 news videos ago. But today we're pleased to announce that the official launch of the atomic swap for the Ethereum and Neo blockchains. So yes, it finally happened. Swicheo users will now be able to make cross-chain swaps from Swicheo to Ethereum, making Swicheo the first decentralized exchange, quote, hybrid exchange, to allow cross-chain trades between these two blockchains. So yeah, a challenge with existing trustless exchanges is that trades are confined to individual blockchains, limiting the market combinations that can be offered to users, says the CEO of Swicheo. So yeah, atomic swap has been around for a while, but it's been difficult to integrate it, right? So yeah, it's not so straightforward. It's a lot of development work, and it's complex. So let's look at the Swicheo website. Okay, so basically I've already logged in here. It's just to show you how it actually looks like. If we go here to the Ethereum pair, this is the new feature here. So we can see Swicheo has been added to the Ethereum pair, and the swap button here on the left hand corner tells us that you can swap. Okay, so this is part of the atomic swap functionality. Now if you click on it and you go to buy Swicheo, actually before you do that, let's go to choose the amount. So yeah, actually let me show you here with the wallet. So if you go to your wallet, you do need to connect both wallets, okay, Neo and Ethereum. It makes sense. If you don't have both wallets connected, you cannot perform the atomic swap, because you need to have Ethereum tokens and Ethereum coins, and you need to have Swicheo tokens in both wallets. Okay, you cannot perform the swap for obvious reasons, right? You need to have one or the other, right? So it depends how you want to perform the swap. Yeah, that's pretty much what you need to do. You need to be connected to both wallets. And for example, let's say I want to buy Swicheo with Ethereum. So I want to buy, let's say, 100,000 Swicheo. You need 3 Ethereum. It tells you where you're going to receive them. Okay, so at the moment, okay, you can sell Swicheo as well. I wasn't sure about that. But yeah, okay. And it even tells me the receiving Ethereum address. Okay, so yeah, at the moment, you can pretty much click on this, like skip waiting for maker transaction, and I think you need to pay a higher fee if you click on buy Swicheo by doing that. And of course I'm connected to MetaMask. I use it for demos and stuff, so it's really good. So yeah, that's it. And here we've got the trading history on the top right hand corner, showing us the prices and all the different atomic swaps that took place, and the price, of course. At the moment the current price is 3,123 fractions of Ethereum for each Swicheo. But yeah, this is how it works. I mean, it's very straightforward. You do that and it connects to the wallet, to the MetaMask wallet. You need to approve the transaction, and once you do that, then the tokens will arrive in your Neo wallet. And of course you can do vice versa, sell your Ethereum, and yeah, you can do, sell your Swicheo to get Ethereum. So yeah, I mean, it does work both ways, right? So it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think. Again, I mean, this is a really good functionality, really good feature. And actually Swicheo did announce that they're going to be adding other atomic swap functionalities for other tokens, right? So they're going to start off with Swicheo Ethereum, but we're going to see others, and eventually everything will be in this list, and you'll be able to do atomic swaps between the chains. I do, however, hope that they add another tab here, just to make this less confusing, maybe to add another tab specifically for atomic swaps, where they could show all the different tokens, or maybe people could choose between the different blockchains, like maybe have like a drop down to say blockchain Ethereum, blockchain Tron, or blockchain EOS, or blockchain Neo, or whatever the other blockchains they're gonna add in the future, and then the different tokens that are associated with that blockchain, so you can swap in between those. That would be pretty cool, I think, and it would be easier to manage, rather than just having a lot of stuff under one pairing. But this is just my opinion. Again, let me know what you think. But yeah, that's that about Swicheo. Let's move on and talk about, from Neo News today, let's talk about MixMarvel. So they're announcing Neo integration with Hyper Dragons Go and Hyper Snakes games inbound. So yeah, as you know, Hyper Dragons Go, I've done a demo, I've done multiple demos on that game. It's currently on the Ontology blockchain. There's also an Ethereum version called Hyper Dragons. Hyper Snakes is one of the new games which is going to be released. It's kind of in beta testing right now, so it's not available for us to play it, but they're integrating with Neo, so it should be quite interesting to test that out and do another demo and see how it's going to look being integrated with Neo. Because when we say that, how will that affect it? I mean, will we be able to buy dragons using Neo and Ontology, or will we have to connect separately? Because at the moment when you connect to that game, you need to connect using the Ontology wallet. You need to verify the transaction and you log in, right? So I don't know. I'm guessing they're gonna have some sort of functionality which is gonna be separate from Ontology. I don't believe it's gonna be. It's still gonna be the same game, but probably on Neo, or maybe just a completely separate game. I don't know. We need to get more information on that, because again, on Ethereum they were separate. On Ontology they were different, so they had a different name, and now on Neo they may have a different name. I don't know if it's gonna be Hyper Dragons Go. They're just saying Hyper Dragons, so that's probably a sign here to take into consideration. But yeah, let's see how things are. It's gonna have the same kind of functionalities as an Ontology, and also Snake. Hyper Snakes is gonna be good as well, I think. I've seen some photos of it, and I think there was a demo as well. So it's like the traditional snake game that you used to play on your phone. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. And that's that about MixMarvel. Let's move on and talk about QLC Chain. So cross-chain interoperability. So like I was saying in this news video, everything is just moving on to cross-chain and atomic swaps. We're seeing this more and more. But something interesting. So to celebrate the launch of QLC Chain mainnet, so we're finally going to see that, which is going to begin on April 29th. There's gonna be a QGas token. Okay, so it looks like everyone is trying to follow the initial Neo vision of having Neo and gas. We've seen Ontology doing it, we've seen Phantasma doing it, and now we're seeing QLC Chain doing it. So yeah, and yeah, let me know what you think. That's interesting, because it just motivates people to basically hold the main token or the main coin in order to generate this gas and fuel token, right? And interestingly enough, QLC Chain have declared that they're gonna keep the main token, which is QLC. on Neo, right? So it's still going to be an NEP5 token. There's going to be no swap to the QLC blockchain. However, QGAS is going to be on the QLC blockchain, but you cannot get it yet, right? So basically there will be a wallet, and for the foreseeable future they're saying here that QLC tokens are going to remain on NEP5 on the Neo blockchain as NEP5. An interoperable staking protocol is under development. So it sounds to me like they're trying to maybe keep it on Neo, but manage to stake QGAS on the QLC chain, right? This is how it seems to me based on this news here if you read this article. So yeah, the way to claim them, you need to use the wallet, right? So you need the Go QLC wallet in order to generate QGAS. So at the moment, you should not send QLC tokens from the Neo blockchain to this wallet. This wallet will be used to generate QGAS, which is going to be on this blockchain. However, remember, QLC, which is the NEP5 token on the Neo blockchain, cannot be sent there because it cannot be used right now, right? Only QGAS can be used, but they don't know when they can give them to you, right, for holding QLC. So that's what they're working on right now. That's what they're trying to talk. They're in discussions with Neo to find out what they can do to generate QGAS for you, right, if you're a holder of QLC. But yeah, interesting. And also BitAsset is an exchange, probably a centralized exchange, I haven't heard of it, which has listed QLC. So yeah. Oh yeah, and you can purchase QGAS apparently using USDT since 25th of April. That's today. Okay, so today they have actually listed it. And 150,000 IOU tokens are allocated for trading. They're also saying that BitAsset will automatically swap the IOU tokens for QGAS tokens and offer USDT pairing. So yeah, this is how it's gonna be, right? This is how it's gonna be. There's a hacker challenge as well where you can get a reward from May 1st, a reward of 10,000 QLC. But yeah, that's that. Let me know what you think about this QLC chain move to their mainnet and what it's all gonna be about. And let's move on and talk about the next piece of news, which is FishChain. Introduction to FishChain, Neo Fish announcement and airdrop. So I've already spoken about FishChain before. They were a game on the Ethereum blockchain. They're moving on to the Neo blockchain, and they're going to have the NNC token there as well. You're going to have NNC Fish, but also there's going to be a Fish token, which is an NEP5 token. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do on FishChain. I think I'm going to do a separate demo because I just can't cover it in this news video. There's just too much. A lot of information with fish bowls and fish and all these sort of stuff that you can do. Grow fish, breed fish, you know, all these sort of stuff like kind of like the collectibles, you know, like we've got for Hyper Dragons Go or Crypto Kitties on Ethereum. Something similar, but you can also mine it, so you can generate some tokens. But yeah, this is how it is, and this is how it looks here. We've got a photo, and like I said, there's a lot of stuff to cover here. If you want, do read the article, but I'm going to do a separate demo on the actual game. When it launches on Neo, I'm going to be logging in. I'm going to walk you through how the functionality is and how it looks. But yeah, it looks interesting. We're just seeing more games coming to Neo now, so that's pretty cool, but let's talk about the final piece of news for today, and this is not completely new. Okay, this has been going on since April 22nd when I actually covered the news about Phantasma Chain's partnership. So do check out my last video if you want to find out their partnership, the latest partnership that they've got with a company, a gaming company outside of the blockchain space, bringing it into the blockchain space. So yeah, this piece of news is actually Phantasma Chain and Swicheo announced a partnership. So I didn't actually cover this in the last video, but I just wanted to bring it up. So Phantasma Chain are building their partnerships a lot now. They've got one with Black Hat, I believe. Now with that blockchain gaming company as well. Now with Swicheo, so we're seeing more and more partnerships, and probably more to be announced, to be honest. Their mainnet is due on the 30th of April, so that's on Tuesday next week, so not too long to go. I'm curious what's gonna happen, how things are gonna move going forward with Phantasma, right? Because this partnership with that gaming company is very important, but the Swicheo Chain partnership is also good. We'll see the Phantasma wallet integrated with Swicheo's upcoming browser, Swicheo Me, which is claimed to allow users to carefully manage their public profile as well as their account data and tip online content with Swicheo's native PKC token. Of course, the PKC token will also be added to the Phantasma Cosmic Swap framework to enable automatic token conversions within the Phantasma app. So yeah, do check it out. And again, Phantasma, one of the winners of the inaugural City of Zion DApp competition, right? So that's what they are. If you don't know already, do check out. I've got lots of videos on Phantasma. I had an interview with Lee Kai from Phantasma Chain as well, where we discussed the mainnet migration, all the features that are going to be released. So yes, I'm really bullish on Phantasma Chain. I'm really curious how they're going to progress, and I'll be covering all the different aspects and all the news in on this channel. So yeah, I'm really curious on that and how things are going to move on. But yeah, that's that for today. It's been a long video. Thank you very, very much for watching it all. If you have watched it all, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Do subscribe if you're new to my channel. It will really, really help me. And do hit the likes, please. I'd really appreciate that to bring up the rankings in terms of this video so that more people are aware of it. And also leave a comment below if you have any sort of questions, any sort of doubts. Let me know what you think of any of the news. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a lovely, lovely day.